How's everybody? How's everybody doing? Well, it's been quite a journey and it's been quite an experience. Yes, I'm still going through what I'm going through and lunation, which occurs every 27 years. I'm 54 years old. 2 times 27 is 54. And then the Saturn return hits from 56 to 59. So you are seeing and you have been seeing the transformations and the things that have been happening and with the experiences I've been going through. And you have seen me lose weight, gain weight, look torn out and worn out, drugged out, fucked up, and you've seen me at my worst and you've seen me also bounce back. Well, and a lot of people have criticized me, saying, "Oh, Fernando, you're putting your business out there." And I'm like, "Fuck you! I do what I want at 54 years old." And I think the best example or the best way to teach someone is by example. Otherwise, everything else or anything else is bullshit. I'm an old school guy. I was born in the 60s, in the times of turbulent revolutions and stuff, you know. And I'm also am used to uh, impacting my society or my environment in any way I see fit. But that's something that has to be earned. You just can't come into the scene and demand and assert. You have to earn those stripes. And I feel that I've already done that. And I could not have done it really. You know, this is important. First of all, this video is for Patreon subscribers. I've lost quite a bit of Patreon subscribers because I haven't been doing videos because I'm in this crisis. Everything goes out the window, and then you have to hone in resources and self-preserve. Because if you're not here, then none of these platforms and mediums matter. I have to still be here to be able to utilize these platforms and do what I do. But even I am not exempt from life and from life vicissitudes. Again, like I said, it's 75% of life or 25% of life is what happens to you, and 75% is how you respond to it. I know the Florida. I got the music going slightly. This is not going to stay on YouTube. It's going to be changed by morning to Patreon. I have to do it this way because none of my platforms are working and I've been blocked by many. So they're coming down on me really hard and fast and aggressive. They want to quiet the voice and stop my voice. Um, we all know this. We've all talked about it, even years earlier. Did we, right? I never tell you my stuff come true, even my own predictions. So it's happening and it hasn't gotten better. It's still really bad. You know, um, I was in another lawsuit and I won that again. So thank God I win lawsuits. I do. I win them. Um, because God is not gonna put you out there in the wolves. So you do have your protection. And this is and I signed up for this when I came into this planet. Because I'm here to help evolve and advance the rest of us through the help of the archons. No, you already know that. You've already known me for many years, many of you. So I thank you for those of you who are stuck by me. I thank you. Now, if you look at my subscribership, you don't see that number move from 49K. I keep telling you guys, my 50K subscribers, well, not even, but you guys are chosen. You guys are selected. Not everyone qualifies to be in my channel. Not everyone is ready for the information that I have to share on my channel. That's why I don't have 100,000, 200,000. I got 2 calls today from YouTube executives and from advertising executives asking me why I'm not on the air. And that some advertisers are threatening to pull out of the channel because I'm no longer doing videos. But what they don't know is that it's not my choice. I'm being like, almost like a mafia style, being put under the arm to stop what you're doing, or else we're gonna fuck up your shit. That is something that you don't tell the advertisers because it's not something that you can prove, but we all know what it is. So yes, there are many people that want to do sponsorship and want to do all kinds of business deals with me. I'm not concerned with any of it. Uh, Not concerned with any of it. At least not right now. My concern is to teach my subscribers and my Patreon subscribers how to prepare for a shift and a change in government that's not going to be run by humans. Now, that's a tough one. Now, you see, it's funny. When I start talking, the gods begin to come. Because I'm playing my music. Now I don't hear my music. It's a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, baby. I gotta be silly sometimes. I'm going for my surgery on Thursday, and I'm a nervous wreck. Wow, you wanna hear something funny? All of a sudden, without warning, the internet failed. All day long, I had no problem. The minute I got on the air, the internet failed. You see? It's spiritual. It's spiritual attack. You see my altar? And and that's what you see here. I'm not showing you what's behind over there. Oh no, we're ready. Ready, ready. It's a war. It's a spiritual war. Yes, I am still doing readings. So if you guys need some readings tonight, it is 10:30 in New York. I will be up until 2 in the morning because I can't do readings after Thursday. The surgery is on Thursday. Miss Farmer is flying in from Texas to New York this morning, tomorrow. So I have to, so I'm getting the house ready because I need care. I need someone to take care of me while I'm going through these procedures and these major surgeries. And I'm already, crazed up as it is. I don't drink. I haven't had drinks in weeks. My pot, I got my weed, I got my spliff, and I better enjoy it now because I can't be able to smoke or anything. I'm gonna have more than one canal tomorrow on Thursday. I'm gonna have multiple canals, hours of surgery. And they're not gonna put me under. It's gonna be anesthetic. So you're gonna all that drilling and all that taking nerves out. Oh my God. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. And I haven't had a drink. I don't know what. God must really be saying, look, nigga, you can't drink no more. I don't care what surgery you're doing. It's like they are ready about that. So I've been doing lots of readings to make sure that I got everybody because I don't know how I'm going to be after Thursday. That includes me doing the videos. So between today and Thursday, Wednesday night, like real late night, I will be doing videos and readings. I got to do the tarot readings for 150, and the birth chart is 360 for 2 hours, and you get 7 videos. 7 videos. So all of that is already prepared for those of you who want birth charts. You get your videos and you get your 2 hours. But your 2 hours might be spread out for a couple of hours in a day if I have to speak slowly, and I'll be selecting those who pay in the PayPal, not PayPal. We're no longer dealing with PayPal. So you have to do Zelle. And the phone number is 347-485-6258. You put the money there automatically. It goes into the LLC account. Then I know you're serious. Then we can do the birth chart. I'll call you, you call me. I'll have your information. So if you're interested in the birth chart, deposit the money in the Fernando Prudhomme, the phone number 347-485-6258 on the Zelle. And then we can do your readings and get your videos. Do all that before Thursday. So I'm going to be up to do that, and I've been doing that. That's why I have not been on the air. I've been taking care of my clientele and taking care of some of you who want some services in emergency. So I'm accommodating you guys. So yeah, that's for that. And of course, I'm going to do the videos for YouTube and for Patreon. I'm going to complete the book of Revelations, talking about the trumpets and the seals. I know that some of you have been a little bit, oh, Fernando, finish. And some of you want me to finish with Revelation. But I have to talk about it. And even though this is exclusively for Patreon, this information, the news, I like to call it the news, is for everybody, my YouTube subscribers and my Patreon subscribers. So this video is not going to be up. It'll be taken down the minute I finish the live stream. The video will be taken down. It will be listed as unlisted, so you won't be able to see it and get the information. And then it will be uploaded to Patreon the following day by Ms. Farmer. Because we have not been able to do anything with that platform since all this has started, since the silent return cycle has started. But you get to see some of the material that's designed for Patreon subscribers, not for YouTube. But you guys are my people, my base. That's my base. I don't care so much. This is my base. So all 50,000 of you will be seeing these videos live, and then by tomorrow, I think it's fair, they'll be taken down to and put on the Patreon platform for the exclusive $25 a month membership. We've lost quite a bit of subscribers from the Patreon platform because I have not been doing videos because of my anomalies and the situation and the silent return and all that stuff going on. And I did not quit my channel, nor did I hire a substitute. I still opened the school, and the school is still running and operable, and I hired another administrator. So everything, you don't give up just because life throws you a couple of curveballs. That's when you get tough. And I want you to learn that from me as an example. That's why I don't believe in talking too much. You show, and that's how you do. The only time I want to spend talking is when I'm doing your chart. Other than that, talk is bullshit. It's really in the action. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you. Wassam, thank you. Respect, thank you. Thank you. There's some of you that I still have to read, and that's going okay. That's going very well. Now, before I begin the solar plexus video, I got to talk about some of the news and some of the revelations that I have been receiving. Okay? Yeah, it's popping. It's popping. It's popping. That's what I got to say. It's popping. It's popping. Because it is what, but I have some information that might alleviate certain things. That might alleviate certain worries. I know a lot of you are worried about what's it going to happen, what's it going to be. Is there going to be an invasion here? Do we have to deal with extraterrestrials? Thank you, my page. I'm going to, the revelation that I received was good. It was good, but it was so surreal to me that I could not believe it. I've had other shamans call me and speak to me from other parts of the world, having the same visions, having the same dreams, and one of them was actually in a panic. In a couple of days, Dion is a shaman from Florida who is on flight on his way here. Because we have to go and take care of another situation, a demon situation in Rhode Island with another client. So there's a lot going on. And some of them are high profile clients and some are not. And they both have to be treated, both classes have to be treated equally. And some of the stuff that's happening is beyond my own ability as one shaman. So now I have to gather a group of shamans to deal with certain particular energies. Or if we're dealing with a high level demon, a shaman alone cannot handle that. Man, I need to be the power of 3, the power of 5, 7, the power of 12. So this is totally different from astrology. But since I said this is shamanistic work. And I'm glad in many ways that you guys see some of the stuff that I do, and I'm glad that you don't see it all. Because at least you gain a respect for what I do besides astrology. And both come together. The visions that I have been receiving, and some of you have been receiving the same visions, and other shamans from other parts of the world are receiving the same visions. So obviously, we are having something. There was a show called a Board 9. It's a Board 9. I have somebody here. January. He's saying that we are the extraterrestrials. We are in a matter of speaking because our essence is not from this planet. We were created and then placed down here. And that's in the Bible. That's in Genesis. So we know that we don't essentially belong here. But that means nobody really belongs here. This was a platform that was created for life. Okay? This is stuff that was created for life. So technically, none of us belong here. We know that. And if you don't, you should. For those of you who have been seeing my channel, you've known me for years, my content, you should be broken in by now. And this is more for the new subscribers. But then again, I have the same amount. It has not moved, which means that this was meant for you guys. You guys are all 49,000 K of you have special gifts that are spiritually based. And you needed the YouTube channel of the content that I'm giving you to get that information to get you started on your way. And then you use what you've learned from me in my videos to edify and create your own greatness and how you're going to contribute in helping your planet and helping your fellow human beings and helping us all evolve. No, I'm just the messenger and the teacher. Now, you guys are going to do the work because you guys are the young generation. I mean, I'm over 50. My generation is on its way out. Not out and about because 50 ain't that old. I mean, on our way out from having the responsibility of running this, you guys run your own, and we're gonna sit back and chill. Well, at least that's the goal, right? Okay. Yeah. Let me follow my own pattern, right? Let me say hello to some of you, or to many of you. That's right. I'm dedicated to the great work. That's right, Vega. That's right. And we are healers. We are light bearers, paladins. That's why I got my lights, my candle lights up there, and those with the candles, and then the others display on the other side. And I love the job that was assigned to me by the gods to be their messenger and their spokesperson and warn humanity of what's coming. Myself and other shamans as myself. Now, where did you move it? I saw you move it. I saw your tail. Good. Oh. I had it. Annoying. There it is. I did not put it over there. No, that was you. Again, you see, they always make me get up and pick up shit. They always the lighter, and I had it. Anyway, I missed you guys. I miss it when I'm not on the air. This is what I love to do, and have a drink and have a spliff. This is still me. Unfortunately, I can't drink. I can't eat. I'm still losing weight. So, and it's really bad. So now I have to take protein powders, protein shakes. I eat like I have to force myself to not when I smoke weed. It's not for enjoyment. It's so that I can eat, and then I have to go and get some vitamin B12. Subscribe. But that's all right. That's listen. In a war, you can't be cute and be in a war. You gotta get down and dirty, or you're gonna get down and dirty. Not in the good way, but that's gonna happen when you're in the war. You don't have time to look cute. If Zen, if you're better for your birth chart, better call. Call today after I'm done with the stream, and let's get started with the birth chart, because we will be done by Thursday. And a lot of you wanted me to open it up, and I did, but then this happened, the surgery, and Saturn is like, Saturn, he working. You can't be mad at him. You can't even be mad at him, because he's doing his job. So I got to do my job and stay myself on point and keeping myself busy, working, doing the charts, having things on schedule, and going working out. I work out at home even though I have a gym membership. It's cold in New York. I miss Texas, but I like New York. But it's just cold, and I'm not one to stay in New York in the cold winter months. I'm usually in some country somewhere in the tropics, but I can't do that with surgeries in my mouth. You can't fly. You could get blood clots. It could be dangerous. It changes the whole playing field. I had to cancel 2 conferences, and my trip to Portugal I had to put on hold because of this. I'm not allowed to fly. And now there's another issue going on with the pandemic and the vaccines. And, a lot going on. A lot going on. I will be giving 30 minutes of news. So it's 22 minutes now and 8 seconds. I'm going to finish in 30 to begin then the video on the solar plexus for Patreon subscribers, which you guys, YouTube, can watch while it's still live streaming. I will be answering some questions now, so that way I can stay on schedule. But I will be doing a couple of videos tonight as I'm doing birth charts. If I'm not getting the birth chart, then I'll do another video, and to get it going, get it rolling. But let's see. Let's see who's. I got me these nice shades. Let's see who is available without having to use the magnifier. All right, there you go. Oh, I got to touch here. Let's go down here. Oh, I got to take the glasses off anyway. Zen, how are you, Zen? Shaquana, Folk, how are you? BB, how are you? Nicole, how are you, Nicole? Brenda. Jallywell. Divine Amore by Diana. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Michelle Wyatt. Hey, how are you? Oh, no, Michael Wyatt. SD, hi, Michael. SD. Marcus Burios. Marcus. Gotta talk to you, Marcus. Pretty boy Marcus. Filipino. Philip. I miss you too. No, that's Philippa. Yes, my friend Philippa. I was supposed to go to Portugal. It's been I had to cancel because of the surgery. I can't fly for 6 months. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you? Vega. No, it starts today. Today is the full moon in Aries, my sign. Well, it's not my sign. My sign is Virgo. But I was born with an Aries moon, and I feel very fiery. Oh, yes, I do. I feel very fiery today. The full moon in Aries tonight. And I feel it. I already feel the energy and feel very alive. Yes. Who else is here? Alchemist Embodied. New subscriber, good evening. Welcome to the initiation. Yes, Lydia, you call me live. That's right. Aries moon. What was that? What did she say? Aries moon tinge. Let's go. Yes, right. Let's go. Let's start. We got 5 more minutes of our news and introduction. Okay. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Alchemist. And who else in the front? There's a couple of people that I might have missed. Well, got January, April. How are you guys? And this is who's that? Vega, Lydia, Zeja Dawson. How are you? Niva, Panti, Luz, Brie, Nicolette, M, Logs and Kisses back. Yes, the Aries moon is very beautiful today. It's a yellow, a pale yellow color, and it hangs low. Yeah, that's the first time I've seen the moon that color, very off yellow, and at a very low declination. Yes, the moon in Aries is beautiful. It is beautiful. Like my mother, who was in Aries. Yes, I love Aries, because we have to fight for the basics of survival and to assert our identity. We have to fight for it. Oh well. The Aries moon person, man or woman, has a lot of enemies, like the Aries sun sign. Yeah, it's like that. Some mighty enemies. But none of that sways me. It can't. You can't let it. You can't. Um, any questions before I begin the stream of the solar plexus, the seat of the ego? Before I begin, we got 3 more minutes for my Patreon subscribers. But I take a puff of this delicious goo goo gage weed. I don't know, I've never heard of it. Like, okay, they come up with something new every time. The baby! It is, yeah. He's the baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. Now, oh well, let me make the announcements, but you guys, you know me. I hate commercial announcements, and they tell me that all the time. You notice I don't do it, and sometimes they get mad at me. Okay, thank you so much for being a part of the Fernando channel, the People's Astrologer. Thank you. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. What's the other one? Twitter. Uh, uh, the People's Astrologer. That's my website. Go check it out. TheMedium.com. It's also my website. You can check that out. My theater website. You can check that out. Oh, that's going to eat up the minutes. If you want a birth chart, call me. We'll set one up tonight. 347-485-6258. You can pay through that number in Zelly. Tarot readings are $150 an hour. Call me now. Okay, good. Now put over the announcement. I hate doing the announcement. Now, if people want to talk to you, they'll call. You don't have to ask them to call you. I never liked that, but I have to do it now. They call me and then I just, could you advertise, please? Could you say that you're gonna follow me on? I don't like to do that, cause it makes me look thirsty, like like I need it, like I want it, and half the time I don't pay attention to that. Just if I just the subscribership to stay on the air is all I care about. Um, but anyway, thank you very much for your participation and your donations. It is helping. We have a staff and we have a lot going on. We're changing a lot of things, and a lot of it has been happening because of your donations and money that you give, and all of that, all tax deductible, by the way. So thank you so much. We are going to begin with the solar plexus. The solar plexus is the the chakra that sits in the middle that holds all the chakra. It holds the ones on top and sustains the ones at the bottom. The ones at the bottom are the sacral chakra and the root chakra below the solar plexus. The solar plexus is located in the middle of your stomach, but it's actually right at the navel. It's right at the navel. And at the navel, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the school. I do run a school, the New School of Alexandria. Registration begins in January, and the new semester begins in February. So if you want to register for my school and become an astrologer, we begin the next cycle on February 23rd. Um, if you're not interested in becoming an astrologer, but you would like to take classes that deal with the occult and the mystery in the magnitude that I do them on Patreon and here, I do have courses that you can buy on your own for $100, and then some of them come in sections where it's more than one course, and I give you a special price, and it's all on the website. The New School of Alexandria. When you go to the People's Astrologer, you go down and look ahead and come in, and everything is there, self-explanatory. Or you contact Keisha Farmer through me to the People's fernandoprudhomme at gmail.com. She manages that account for me. I don't really look at it's my email account, but I don't look at it. She does that and necessarily and all that for me, and answers on my behalf the emails, unless you call me directly. So yeah, if you are interested in enrolling, email me at fernandoprudhomme at gmail, and Miss Summer will take it from there. She's the administrator. Okay. Okay. So that's great. So and she's gonna be doing an active role as I recover. Um, the solar plexus then sustains the other chakras from above, from the solar plexus, which lies at the middle of the stomach. Okay, and we're gonna point towards the navel, the belly button. The belly button is like the Sagittarian, the big rift in space, the umbilical cord, as above, so below. Just like the great rift of the arm of Sagittarius, well, we have that great rift. Well, so we have that's called the umbilical of the earth. Well, we also have the same point in our stomach, as above, so below. And that in itself confirms that space and all that's in space is actually a living entity. And we are a microcosm of that entity. So the solar plexus, they also call it the solar. Why do you think they call it the solar? It is the seat. It is the center of ego identity. The heart of God, if we believe in God, because for those who don't believe in God, they have another term for it, which confers the same reverence, something spiritual, something above. The sun is the ego. As above, so below. Just like we have a solar sun, which is right in the navel. Well, the navel of God is the sun itself, which represents the plexus, which is another name for the navel. That's just the navel of the Creator. And since we are made in His image, in His likeness, we too have the same plexus, navel, right in between. And of course, what is the function of the sun? By observation, we know that the sun provides life to the rest of our solar system. The light of the sun reaches Mercury, it reaches Mars, Earth, Venus, all the way to Pluto. How many minutes does it take for the light of the sun to reach Earth? Do any of you know? I'm looking. How long does it take for the light of the sun to reach us? Nijeki? Oh, man. It's your name, so I want to say it right. Arjax 1. No. Luz Bree. Lydia. Arika. You're all correct. It takes 8 minutes. Thank you, Nicole, Bradford. Yes, it's Bradford. And the other lady, Lydia. Yes, it takes 8 minutes. 8 minutes for the light of the sun to reach Earth. How long does that same light reach Pluto? Somebody cheated, somebody Googled it. It takes 8 years for that same light that takes 8 minutes to reach Earth, to reach Pluto. 8 years. Which means that energy never dissipates or disappears. God knows where that light is heading next. Yes. But what I want you to get from the analogy that I'm giving you is that the energy of the sun still reaches Pluto and beyond. That's what I want you to see. That the influence of the sun in our solar system is influencing other solar systems and other systems, because that light doesn't disappear. It's still traveling. Somebody said, no, it can't be 8 years. It has been a long time since I've been in high school, right? That's what we're learning. And I do have a background in science, but I could be wrong. So somebody double check and let me know if it's different. I will check my mind, but I'm almost sure it's 8 years. But whatever number we come up with, the point remains that Pluto is at the edge of the solar system, below 17 degrees below the ecliptical plane of the rest of the planets. And the light still reaches Pluto. So the distance between the platform and all the way down here where it is at 17 degrees is equivalent to the amount of years that it takes for it to reach somewhere else. So it may well be 8 years or more if we look at it from that way. Think about it. So where am I going with this? Relating it to the solar plexus? Here's the killer. The same way that light of the sun reaches Earth and then reaches Pluto and beyond, it doesn't disappear, because we learned in high school that energy cannot be created or destroyed. Remember we learned that in high school and in the junior high school? Well, this applies. That energy of that light that left the sun was not destroyed, and it did not create another form of energy. It continued on. God knows if it reaches the fringes of the universe, the non-universe, but it doesn't disappear. It's still influencing, but it's outside the awareness of us, since it's limited. Well, the same way The same way that that light of the sun travels and stops in between stations from one planet to another and goes on and beyond, the same way human thought operates. When you have thoughts, you can project your thoughts, and your thoughts can go further out than any light at any speed, including the speed of sound. Did you know that? Do you realize that the power of your thoughts have the ability to travel that far? What do you think remote viewing is about? It's a projection of thought energy. If me and my twin brother, we share a gift where we can sense each other when something is wrong, like telepathy. Me and my brother used to do that when we were younger, and it used to baffle doctors. Me and my twin brother, we used to communicate even in the dreams. These are fantastic ways of using energy. The solar plexus is the powerhouse of that energy, just like the sun is the powerhouse of our solar system and acts as the navel, the plexus. That's what they call it, the solar plexus. It resembles the same morphology and position of the sun in space. Did you know that? We are very much the creator out in space, but in a miniature body version. And if you knew that and understood that esoterically, you'd be God on earth, knowing exactly how to manipulate your own body and change the frequency of the energies by manipulating the chakras. You begin to do this by understanding how the solar plexus works. And that's why we're beginning with that chakra. Let me light the spliff. Okay. That's the first part that I have to say about the solar plexus. The solar plexus, that's why when you're worried, what is the part of the body that hurts the most when you start to be worried? I mean, worried, sick. Hi, NJ, Jenny. Anybody, what hurts? What starts to hurt immediately? As above, so below. The stomach. The stomach. Why is it that when you feel bad about something or scared about something, it's not your heart that's hurting, right? The heart's supposed to be the organ that deals with feelings, but their thoughts. How come your head don't hurt? Your head should be hurting because their thoughts, right? Why does it hurt the stomach? Think about that. So who has an answer? Let me give you a minute to think about it. Yes, that's right, Michael Wyatt. It's like the heart drops to the stomach. You go, "Oy!" It affects the head if the situation becomes complicated and is not resolved and needs to be resolved. But it affects the nervous system. And that's where the energy, not where you get it, is how the energy travels. The energy travels through the nerve ganglion and the different parts of the nervous system. Virgo rules the stomach and is part of the central nervous system. Yes, it is a prima, while here in the chest is called a prana. That's correct. The intuition. So what is the stomach? What else does the solar plexus rule? Somebody said it there, wrote it. Intuition and feeling. Those meridians that are attributed to the heart chakra somehow affect the plexus. Of course it does, because the plexus, along with the root and sacral, and heart are connected through the nerve ganglions and what we call the meridians, which we're going to talk about in this series down the road. My stomach is upset a lot after I found out that I was being cheated on. Yeah, it happened to me too. Very recent breakup. Yes, yes. Because guess what is affecting? They are vibrations and frequencies, that's correct. But it had nothing to do with the physiology, which includes the bacteria that you just wrote about and talked about. Sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with that. It has everything to do with the feelings and emotions and vibrations that are coming at you from somewhere. We get thoughts that can be invasive and invade our minds. Have you ever sat down and was reading a book and all of a sudden a thought just interrupted your concentration and you have to put the book down? Almost startled you. Like a thought just came out of nowhere and something just occurred to you. Has that ever happened to any of you guys? Yes, the stomach is known as Iraq. Okay, what is it? Mahara says yes. Yes, all the time. Brenda, NJ said yes, it has. All of you, okay. Well, you know why that happens? Because the emotional body, the mental body, the astral body, and the ethereal body, and the etheric double, that all the seven bodies, in addition to the physical bodies that are connected, they all connect and converge through the solar plexus, one of the main meridian centers that connects them. And then you have some that connect with the upper chakras and some that don't and run axial. Actually, that's how acupuncturists are able to take the needles and put them in the skin. What they're doing with the needles is that they are pressing the meridians that go into these nerve pathways, which then go to the chakra system. Laurie says, yes, I was crossing the street and something told me get hit by a car. That was probably an archon speaking to you in your mind. But talking about that, archons. Archons are not going to be able, because the studies that I'm using to teach this about the chakra system and the meridians mentions them. And some of the practitioners that I consult with, who are Reiki practitioners and acupuncturists and reflexologists, the same meridians that are found in acupuncture are found in the feet that the Chinese or Japanese or Koreans use when they do their reflexology. And they show you the feet. They show you the different parts of the organs and the feet and the different, because they can do that because they're pointing at the midpoint in your feet that connect to these meridians through the nerve ganglion, which converge at the solar plexus. This is why every feeling that you feel is felt through the solar plexus first. Yes, archons and demons are the same thing. Some are good and some are bad. Then what makes them bad is if you disturb them. It could be an archon that was talking to you in your dreams and disguised itself as a woman, so your ego will not be in shock to look at how they really look like. Their guides and shapeshift. Could be. Yes, gut health is very important. Gut health is extremely important. Very important that you keep your stomach clean. The waking visions of the snake that you had, Very good to dream about snakes, depending on the size and the color, because it has a lot of symbolism. So understand that the solar plexus is a major powerhouse. The first powerhouse being the heart chakra, because that's what makes us separate from the animals. That's what gives us our sense of humanity. But our sense of survival and identity and fighting for that identity belongs to the solar plexus. What does the solar plexus rule or emphasize? The solar plexus rules and emphasizes identity of self and to be proud of who you are. Because who you are, there can never be no other person that can be like you. And there can be no other person that can impact the world the way you will, which is why you were born. And out of all the planets in our cosmos, you were selected to come here. BB is correct. It is personal power. And it is attributed to Leo, the color of the sun. Right? This is Leo. The beauty and love of self reflected outwardly. Because if people want to know if you love yourself, all they gotta do is walk in your house and take a look at how you live. And people can judge you and say, well, this bitch don't love herself. Look how she be living. Look at him. Shit. I would never be caught wearing that or looking like that. People be saying shit. And even though you may not care, like me, I'm one of them niggas, I don't give a shit. But there is some truth to it. Because the way you feel about yourself is going to be reflected in what you do or you don't do. So, how do you how do you manage that? How do you manage that? I mean, you may not give a fuck that you don't care if they see it or not, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you don't care about yourself enough to keep up yourself, because that's something that all of us are expected to do. So either way, it's fucked up. Either way, okay, you don't need the validation, fine, that's a good thing. But you still don't love yourself because it shows, because you will not be doing this to someone that loves themselves the way would not be doing it. Because it's a false representation. So then what's causing you not to do this? How do you feel? You know, the solar plexus can be conditioned to adapt. And sometimes it's not good to adapt. Sometimes you have to break the mold and create something new. And that also belongs to the solar plexus. What kind of problems can affect you if you have a not malfunctioning solar plexus? I'm going to tell you. Emotional abuse can destroy the solar plexus. And if that happens, it creates anxiety disorders. What is anxiety? Disconnection from the world will be the root chakra. But it does begin at the solar plexus. Emotional abuse can do a lot of damage to the solar plexus. Because the emotional abuse, the abuse to the emotional body can make a imprint on the aura and keep it there for years, even after you healed from the situation. Yeah, worrying, fear. How do you heal the anxiety? Well, first of all, you have to determine the cycle for it because anxiety happens in cycles. Does it happen in the day? Does it happen at night? Does it happen in the afternoon? Stress, it's another form of worry on a more exaggerated magnitude. There is a way that you can heal the anxiety. But here's the thing, when you heal the anxiety, you have to heal it from different angles. First of all, you have to you have to determine emotional stress. But more importantly, at what time does the emotional stress begin? You have to be able to plot a pattern. If it begins in the morning, and it shouldn't because you're just getting up to start the day. But if the depression begins in the morning, then it's really bad. You have to make sure you go to a doctor to make sure that he rules out the biggies. Once he does that, any type of anxiety that does not cause the biggies can be managed. And a lot of it has to do with a change in lifestyle and a change in expectations of people. Because what causes anxiety is never you yourself, it's what affects you that causes the anxiety. Because of what you think about it. You might have to change the way you think about the situation. And that may change the condition of the stress and the anxiety. Also, I've discovered that drinking chamomile tea, but drinking it with whole milk, will actually calm down the anxieties as if you drink it at night. But you cannot do the chamomile tea with water. It has to be done completely through whole milk. And you have to use the actual plant of chamomile and not buy the tea bags that have chamomile, but the actual herb to do it. And do it slowly. Can't put too much chamomile. Chamomile can be dangerous. It can make you hallucinate if you put too much. You have to know how to use that. If you want to clean your solar plexus, you know what good bark for you to use, which will be, it will not only really clean your stomach, it will do wonders to the spleen and the pancreas. And that's ginger. Ginger. Too relaxing if you ask me. I'd be scared to take that chamomile. It tastes so good with some cinnamon and nutmeg. But you be drinking that shit with some honey before you like you're about to faint. And the bitch, you took too much. Because it can get you like that. Yeah. It can act like a barbiturate, which if you take too much can also kill you. So yeah, you have to be careful with these plants. Chamomile is one that you have to be careful with. And it's household. It's household. But you have to be careful. Ginger is excellent. Ginger, yeah. Yeah, but you drink it with water, like chamomile. But if you drink chamomile with whole milk or 7% fat, or the regular milk, the red cap, or the blue cap, it will help you. It definitely it will put you to sleep. But if you do too much, it can soften the limbic system and cause you to hallucinate. So be careful. And bulova tea can do that as well. And the plant species that belong to them. Yeah, it calms down the peripheral and the central nervous system. But it affects the central nervous system more than it does the peripheral nervous system. And that's the danger part. The central nervous system is like the network of all the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. Yeah, nutmeg takes you there. It sure do. No, I have my surgery on Thursday. I have my surgery on Thursday. But yes, nutmeg can get you there too. Don't sleep on nutmeg. Well, you can get yourself a good high just drinking them herbs. That's true. So you can use ginger to clean your stomach. And that is the end of part 1 of the solar plexus. We're going to do part 2 in a little bit. And then I will do a regular YouTube video for my YouTube subscriber. I'll see you guys. I'll be drinking myself some nice punch for working out, which I will do in the morning. So guys, I will be up in the night for those of you who are doing charts and readings and then doing the videos. Guys, love you.